Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I am throwing together a quick little video. There is way more, but this is just what was on my phone and it was quick to show you guys. So we went to Pennsylvania and I go do some medical stuff there, and I decided to make a little trip out of it. So because it's not that far, it was something that was really easy for us to, accommodate, get Airbnb and get there in a jiffy. So we went to Erie and then we also went to Pittsburgh. We've been to Erie before. We've stayed in Erie before. I think you guys saw a video of our little Airbnb last time. So that was good. But this time we decided to go to the south side slope. So in essence, it's just literally you're on a huge hill and it's very loopy and it's super cool. But if that would freak you out, then don't go there. But we really thought it was super neat, and they even have trolleys, which we call in Toronto streetcars, but they even have trolleys on this massive hill, which we thought was so interesting. So yeah, it was really fun. My favorite part, sorry, Toronto noises. Okay, I think we're good. So my favorite part was the incline. If you get a chance, they have a few inclines actually, but we chose, I'll put the name of it because I don't know how to pronounce it. We chose this one because it was pretty great location and a lot of people were going to it. So I figured if they're going, there's tons of people, maybe it's better, I don't know. But I'd like to check out the other ones at some point. But yeah, so we went on this incline and basically you're like going up the mountain, like all the way up the mountain in a little cart and all the way back down. It's really neat. And the views are like amazing. And that's why we picked Southside Slopes. Oh, the sun is coming up. Sorry, getting sidetracked. So we picked Southside Slopes because of that, because it's something different. It's something neat. Like you can stay anywhere on flat ground, but when do you get a chance to be up on a mountain? So we actually saw nature. We had deer that were nearby. It was really cool. So if you're a nature lover, also they do putter around over there. And the neighbor said they actually come right to their grass in the front yard, eat the grass. They eat right out of their hands. It's super cute. So yeah, that was really good. Really enjoyed that. So yeah, just kind of doing little mini things this summer instead of going away like we normally do. I just didn't, prepare myself to go to Portugal this year in the summer. I was thinking about the fall, but then my mom's health hasn't been great. So because of the health issues that she's having, we have to stay close by, and that's why we decided on Pennsylvania, just because it's not that far. If we need to come back, we can in a jiffy, not a big deal, and we don't have to worry and stress. So definitely Portugal's out for this year, unfortunately, unless something changes. But even Florida, because it's just too far. And last time we flew, I can't rely on that because flights are always canceled. I don't know why, but they are. So we prefer to drive just to avoid that. And yeah, so it's just too far to do that. We can't do that. So we will do little trips, and that's how we're rolling this summer. And we just have to, do what we can. It's a little sad because, thinking she's never going to go back to her homeland. She'll just have to look at pictures and, enjoy it through us when we go. But she'll never be in a state to ever go back. Hopefully, we can make her feel like she's there, try to FaceTime her at certain places when we're there, and that way she feels like she's there. I went to her village last time we went last year, and she was watching the waves roll in and looking at her church where she grew up, and that made her feel really good. So that's all we can do, is do those little things and enjoy it as a family, still just with her at a distance. But for now, I think it's better that we stay closer to home. So, things like Erie, things like Pittsburgh is doable, and we'll see what else we can putter around and do. and still enjoy the summer and still see something different and experience something different, which is important. And you know, it's life, right? You just gotta roll with it, and we're pretty good with rolling with it and figuring something out. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm just going to be showing you a little bit about my visit to Pennsylvania. I was there for a little while. I go to get some medical things done, and then I also have some time to spare so that I can do a few other things, like go to Target a million times, you know, my favorite store on earth, and visit a few different places. So the first stop that we decided to stop at was Grove City, and that's a premium outlet place. And so if you really like shopping, you're going to really like Grove City. There's tons of premium shopping, and it was quite busy. So yeah, it's really large. I didn't even see all the stores, to be honest, because we weren't really looking for anything, but we just wanted to check it out. So, and there was people with like tons and tons of bags, but again, if I don't need it, I'm not going to purchase it, but I did want to see what it looked like. Another place that we came across was the conservatory and the botanical gardens. It was pretty pricey to go in when you convert it to Canadian dollars, so we decided not to, but I'm sure that it is a nice place if you want to take the time to go in and look, and it is pretty large, so maybe it is worth the money. But anyway, we were just killing time before we could go to the house, so we decided to go to the garden outdoors, which was really, really pretty, very well manicured, and we really enjoyed that. Any chance that I can get to be out in nature, I'm definitely going to take it. And plus, I'm still trying to get my at least 10,000 steps in, but usually I'm getting close to 20,000 per day, which is fantastic. And I'm feeling so much better now that the weather is nicer and I'm able to walk more. So this opportunity was great because it, you know, I was in nature, getting my steps in and really, really enjoying it. It was so pretty. One of my favorite parts of the garden was this fountain. It was really calming and soothing, and it was so nice to sit there. There were quite a few people actually just sitting there reading. They have these little nooks where you can sit under the bench and the flowers are around you. It's really nice. And yeah, it's just a very calming and pretty atmosphere. So we did a lot of driving around, and we did try to look for a couple grocery stores that were different, like Aldi's, because I don't have Aldi's in Canada. We did find one, but I think it was a smaller Aldi, so they didn't have everything that people say that, you know, they have. And the prices were pretty good too, I have to admit. There was just a few things that I thought were expensive. Otherwise, they're pretty either on average for Canadians or less. So yeah, we did that and just puttered around, did quite a bit of walking and explored. And there's a lot of places to walk around in. So we stayed in the south side slopes, which means we were up on the mountain and we had the amazing view of, you know, all of Pittsburgh, or a good portion of Pittsburgh. And it was really, really nice. But if you're not used to mountains and driving around on like really tight streets, then maybe that's not for you, but we really enjoyed it. One of the things I would say that you just have to go see is the Mount Washington views. They look so pretty, and again, it's up on the mountain. It's kind of awkward to drive up, but it is really nice. And you have these exquisite views of Pittsburgh. It's so nice. And all of the bridges, because Pittsburgh is known for having lots and lots of bridges, and boy do they ever, there's bridges everywhere. But the views were just so gorgeous. So we went there during the day just to see the views, and then we also went at nighttime because it's a whole other, you know, world looking at it at nighttime. And there was tons and tons of tourists there, and we're all taking pictures and videos, and it was just really, really nice. They also have some food places that are near there and some ice cream. And yeah, I'm not sure what else is up there, but restaurants, bars, if that's your thing, but everything is up on top of the mountain. So even though I'm in Pittsburgh and we were doing a lot of city walking, I also always try to find some nature paths so we can explore there. We actually saw 3 deer, and that was amazing because I can't believe we saw 3 deer. You can't really see them in this picture very well, but there's 2 there, and it was so nice. We also, heard from the neighbors that the deer just come right up to them and they feed them, because that's how safe they feel in the neighborhood up on the mountain. They know that no hunting is allowed and they never feel fearful, so they do come up to people. And I think that that is such a nice feeling, living in a place where deer come up to you, like amazing. But yeah, so we went on some nature paths, and even the nature paths have amazing views, which I was like so shocked about. Pretty much anywhere you are on the south side slopes, you're going to have amazing views from somewhere. We went to the playground with my son, and the playground was amazing. First of all, the play structures were fantastic. The splash part, splash pad is there as well. And yeah, really nice. A lot of nice parks for kids. And even there, you still had amazing views. So yeah, this was a really nice little mini vacation. We weren't there for too long, but we did spend, quite a few days there exploring and again, enjoying nature as well. So we went to Station Square because the Airbnb people had it as, like a must go to kind of thing. But I do find that the only reason why you would want to go there is if you want to go out for dinner, if you want to get food, because there's a lot of different food places there. There's not much else going on. You could do a little bit of walking to get some extra steps in like we did. But if you're not really going for food, there's not much else to do, because they did close the bigger building that was full of different shops. And the security told me that 3 years ago they closed those shops. So again, if you want to get food, then you would go there. Otherwise, not much else to see. So I try to keep my meals really quick and easy, and there is only so much you can do when you are away and you don't have control over all of the ingredients, and also I don't have all of my cooking, tools and whatnot. But I did find these vegan meatballs, and I can't remember, I think I found them in Florida as well, because I did have them before, but they're really high in protein and they're pretty healthy. So I decided to grab those because Aldi had them, and that was a quick dinner one night after we were exhausted and did not want to eat out anywhere, because I have to be really careful about where I'm eating, because I get sick really easily if there's any cross-contamination at all. So I was able to find some spinach. It's not organic, sadly, but yeah, I did find it. And then the sweet kale chopped salad kind of thing. It had kale, cabbage, carrots. I think some broccoli was also in there. So it was actually really nice. It came with a bunch of stuff, but I didn't use it. I guess I could use the pumpkin seeds at some point as well, but didn't actually use it. And then I got some just regular hummus, just plain hummus to go on top to make like a dressing and add some extra protein. And then just some black bean salsa that looked delicious. We ate that with some corn chips, but we also added it to this meal as well. And then there was a little bit left of this snack mix, this trail mix. So I decided to just use that on top just to jazz up our meal further. And that is pretty much it. A super easy and put together meal in very little time. I think these took like 15 minutes in the oven because the oven wasn't that strong, but you could probably cook it for less time if your oven is, cooking at a higher temperature. But yeah, I just kind of topped my big heaping salad with the meatballs, and I put a side of the hummus. And then I put some dollops of that salsa there, the black bean salsa. and I used that as a dressing, and it was super, super delicious. I really, really liked this meal. So Pittsburgh has quite a few inclines, and we just chose this one because it was right on top of the mountain, easy to get to on Mount Washington. But yeah, the views are amazing from the incline, and it's so neat because you're going up and down this little trolley car on the mountain, up and down. And again, there are more than one, so if you wanted to explore many of them, you could. You buy your ticket, super inexpensive, and you have 3 hours to go up and down. We just did it once because we just wanted the experience. But if you wanted to go down and again go and grab a bite to eat at the restaurants, you can grab, you know, this thing back up the mountain again when you're done, which is kind of neat. But yeah, it is super cool. We had to experience it, so we did go and do that as well. So I don't want to bore you guys with a really long video. There was quite a few things we did, but I just wanted to add a few little things in case you wanted to visit Pittsburgh, a few things that we enjoyed and what I like to do. But yeah, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for the support on the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.